Tonight, 51-year-old Stan Pistol, a local shop owner, was shot and killed during a burglary in his store on Wednesday evening. His family speaks out. Hot 7 TV caught up with representatives from the SLTU, CSA and the GMT as they headed once more to the negotiating table following days of demonstrations by teachers.
I'm happy that the teachers spoke and the government negotiating team listened, and so they have afforded us that meeting this morning.
And the St. Lucia Fire Service President encourages younger officers within the profession to stand for the cause and to not be intimidated. We have the details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovely and Amy Joseph.
Good evening. It is Thursday, the 14th of March, 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 Nightly News. I am Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. St. Lucia has recorded its latest homicide on Wednesday evening after a local store in the city center was targeted by violent thieves. Shop owner, 51-year-old Stan Pistol, is now dead after being shot by his assailants. The father of two and husband of more than 20 years is remembered as a kind and loving person by his relatives. Solange Alfred tells us more about this tragic incident.
The night of March 13, 2019 would be the last for Stan Pistol, shop owner of Crossroads located in Cedars, Castries. The 51-year-old, who was very well known in his community, was allegedly shot multiple times about his body whilst at his place of business. Officers attached to the Criminal Investigation Department responded to the report of the shooting around 8:15 p.m. on Wednesday evening. Brother of the deceased, who chose to speak off camera, says that the loss of Pistol is a tragedy for his entire family.
My brother is my brother. That's my blood brother. I do love him very much because he do love me. Whatever he wanted to do, I will do it for him. Whatever I wanted to do, he'll do it the same way for me. So I lose a good brother of mine.
The body of the deceased was conveyed to the Victoria Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead by a medical practitioner, with a post-mortem examination being scheduled for a later date. Brother of Pistol says that his now dead brother will be greatly missed.
I miss him a lot, and I will still miss him. But the person that done that to him, they have to pay. Some way, somehow.
The Royal St. Lucia Police Force has issued a press release on the matter. However, no indication was given as to whether this act was perpetrated as a result of a robbery gone badly or other malicious intent. Investigations are ongoing in this matter. Anyone with information on this matter can contact the Royal St. Lucia Police Force at 456-3718. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Now, following the shooting death of the business owner, other small business persons are expressing concern about the level of crimes, particularly the high number of robberies targeting small businesses. News of the death of 51-year-old businessman Stan Pistol spread quickly on Thursday, and within the business community, many could not help but think who may be next in the spate of armed robberies. Owner of City Gate Bar, Earl Lewis, says he feels like nowhere is safe anymore. He says personally it is difficult to navigate the need to be constantly on guard and the need to provide great customer service. He explains that he finds himself trying to read people out of an abundance of caution, but then has to rethink his overall approach to avoid profiling his customers.
I try to be vigilant, but sometimes try not to throw my guard down and be outside because sometimes you don't know who's who. You may find a customer comes in to purchase a drink, automatically he has motives of surrounding the place and see what it looks like, how you're going to hit, what are the hours you really have customers here, and try and catch you off guard. But you have to try to treat everybody as a human being and have no, in other words, even though you suspect the guy, but definitely there's nothing you can tell him out of the way to embarrass him, You got to make every customer feel comfortable when he comes here. So we all are human beings. You can't trace a man on his looks and say he's a criminal.
Another business person, co-owner of RVcade, Isabel Rodriguez, says for her it boils down to personal safety and some characters are to be avoided.
As a manager, especially as a woman, I do not feel safe at all because sometimes, especially throughout the day, I would get like certain characters that would come in and they do not look of like the upstanding type in society. They would look like they're up to something, and I do not feel safe at all.
Rodriguez highlights the need for proper security given the current reality with the rate of armed robbery and even petty theft.
Well, what that has been working for us, especially in the establishment that we are in, is having cameras. So we have a security system where if somebody touch the door or somebody tries to unlock the door, try to break in, we get like a we have a sound alarm system. So the alarm comes on and we're able to call the police as soon as possible because people have tried to break in here before, and we called the police and the police came one time. So we had no problem with that. So I think that business owners should try to get an alarm system that works for them.
Law enforcement officials also continue to stress the importance of security measures for business owners. In other news, was the hand of the government negotiating team forced by the recent sick-out demonstrated by the teachers' union? On Thursday, the 14th of March, the GNT met with CSA representatives as well as executive members of the teachers' union to continue negotiations. Hot 7 News spoke exclusively to officials as they rushed into an important meeting which could dictate the future actions of many public service workers. Solange Alfred was stationed outside the public service on Thursday morning in an attempt to attain a comment. Solange?
We're standing outside of the office of the Prime Minister, where currently the St. Lucia National Teachers Union and the government negotiating team are meeting after many days of strike action and walk down, cool outs and general protest action by teachers. What we're seeing right now is a call for speedy resolve from the teachers union. Our camera crew had the chance to speak with President of the SLTU, Julian Monrose. Today is the big meeting.
Yes.
What are you guys expecting?
Well, I want to say that I'm happy that the teachers spoke and the government negotiating team listened, and so they have afforded us that meeting this morning. So we are going, so we, in good faith, hoping that the discussions on the proposals that we submitted will continue, that we will get answers to our proposals, and that the negotiation process will continue as it should. I cannot say what at the end of the meeting will be, but we're hoping that the government negotiating team will understand that some of the proposals that we have placed before them would assist the teachers in making conditions work better.
We posed the question to Monrose whether he believes that the strike action forced the hand of the GNT.
Well, we have not taken a strike action, but in fact we had a meeting. After that, we know that the teachers were sick. I'm certain that the government negotiating team would have heard, and that we expect that they will do everything possible to ensure that we do not have to call the teachers out again, and that our schools can remain and teachers can continue the business that they like to perform well, which is educating our nation's children.
Monrose says that there has been a clear indication by the teachers following Monday's meeting that time is of the essence.
Well, there's one thing I will tell you. Coming out of Monday's meeting, I got the impression very clearly that the teachers are in no mood for a prolonged negotiation. So I will be taking that message to the government negotiating team and to ask them to cooperate with us to ensure that there is a speedy resolution.
While the government negotiating team is saying it's just regular negotiations. Chairman of the GNT, Vern Gill, made his hasty entry into the office of the Prime Minister. What is expected coming out?
We just doing negotiations, the normal negotiations.
Will the hands of the negotiations be forced by the strike action?
No, I wouldn't say that.
On the other hand, General Secretary of the CSA, Claude Paul, was a man of few words.
No problem.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solaj Alfred.
The month of March has recorded a number of sick-outs being reportedly demonstrated by employees of several organizations. Hot 7 News took to the streets to find out if protest action of any kind, be it a sick-out, demonstrations, go-slows, or strikes, are indeed effective.
With a spate of industrial action rocking the nation of St. Lucia, we want to know, do you believe that strike action is effective?
If things is not in the people's court and things not rolling right, people have to take strike. Because everybody looking for betterment in the country.
Yeah, man, I believe they striking. Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, because to me, everybody should take strike once in a little while, you know. Yeah, I go take no strike because I'm by the road selling my juice every time. Well, they're right to do it because they're doing it for their own reasons. They need more money, give it to them.
If it has to be effective, everybody have to be on one side. You understand? Solidarity. But right now there you find some want it, some don't want it. So it's not that effective. It have its own effect, but generally speaking, it's not effective.
I think definitely they are effective in a lot of aspects. People can absolutely get what they're looking for when industrial action takes place.
There you have it, the public has spoken. It seems that the only way to enact change within an organization is to take drastic measures. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solaj Alfred.
Thank you, Solaj. You're watching the Hot 7 Nightly News. When we come back, fire-trained personnel have been placed at Fire Service Headquarters in an attempt by government to diminish the effects of the Fire Service Association's industrial action. The president of the St. Lucia Fire Service Association speaks one day after strike action was officially taken by hundreds of officers.